Joining us now on POTUS is Representative Carlos Curbelo, who is a Republican from the 26th Congressional District in Florida. And he joins us, he tweets at Rep. Curbelo. Congressman, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Tim, good morning. Thank you. It's an honor to be here for the first time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I looked at you have the cutest little daughters.
Oh, you know what? I agree with you.
Bipartisan agreement.
And I miss them a lot because being in D.C. Means being away from them, and they're growing up fast.
So as a freshman, what are you thinking so far of your time in Washington, D.C.?
It's worth it. It's a tough job. It's certainly not a walk in the park. There's an unimaginable intensity here on the Hill every single day. But when you feel like you're making a difference, when you can amend laws in ways that are helpful to the country and to your community, it makes it worth it.
Speaking of which, it's tax day, and I guess you have your sights set on some ideas that would probably be helpful.
Right. So I tell people I came up here to get things done, not to make political statements or waste time. And I really think one of the most important things we can do in this 114th Congress is pass some meaningful tax reform. I'm on the Small Business Committee, so I've been focusing on how our tax code affects small businesses. And there's, three main conclusions that we're arriving at. And we're going to have a hearing today and continue exploring all of this. But number one, the tax code is too burdensome on small businesses, on all corporations, really. 35% tax rate is very high when you look at the rest of the world. The tax code is too complex and complicated. It's difficult, especially for small entrepreneurs to comply, just because, quite frankly, many people don't understand the tax code. And another element of it, which is makes it very difficult for companies and entrepreneurs, is the temporary nature of many of the provisions in the tax code. For example, at the end of last Congress, many tax benefits expired. So it's very difficult for people to plan long term. And our focus on small business is because small businesses, Tim, hire the people who need jobs the most. Think the neighbor who hires the kid next door who dropped out of college. Think of the immigrant who arrived in this country and maybe has a cousin who started a small business, and now that person has an opportunity to work. So we really want to make it easier for these small entrepreneurs to succeed.
Representative Carlos Curbelo is with us here on POTUS. Yesterday, the House voted for basically on a law to ease the lending, I guess, for mobile and modular homes. Also, another one to ease restrictions on making sure consumers can repay their loans. Now, that's not strictly as part of the taxes, but I'm wondering about, is this the kind of tax and I guess mortgage breaks that people are looking for right now?
Essentially, we want to make it easier for working people to get ahead, whether that means to get a job, to get paid more, or in yesterday's case, to own a home. Look, there were a lot of irresponsible practices out there before the economic collapse of 2008, but all of that has been addressed. We have income verification now when people apply for loans. It's very difficult to doctor financial statements the way some people were doing before and then getting into trouble. So since we have strengthened that due diligence process, we're now trying to make it easier for people to qualify as long as banks and lenders can verify that they have the income to satisfy their loans. Because everyone, the point here, Tim, is that everyone should have a shot to succeed in this country. And increasingly, the American people don't feel that way. And we need to do our part to change that.
I wanted to ask you a question about the president already threatening a veto of something that the House passed this week, which is a repeal or a removal of the estate tax. Now, the estate tax is taxed after people die, and in some places it's phased in after a certain amount of money that's in the estate. The White House says that it's fiscally irresponsible. They say it just shifts more of the tax burden onto poor Americans. What say you to that?
I mean, for us, it's a matter of fairness. When someone has died, whatever funds or assets they have left have already been taxed, sometimes multiple times. So we think that if for example, a couple who perhaps owned a farm perhaps own a small business, passes away, that their children should have the opportunity to inherit that, and that those assets shouldn't be taxed yet again. So this is a matter of fairness, of preventing double or triple taxation, whether it's a low-income family, a middle-class family, or a wealthy family. We don't, we try to discriminate as little as possible in the tax code and make it fair for everyone.
Well, we'll see how it works out. I appreciate you spending time with us this morning. Thank you for being here, Congressman.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hope you get to see more of your daughter soon.
Me too. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Representative Carlos Curbelo represents the 26th Congressional District in Florida, joining us here this morning. Freshman Congressman. He tweets at Rep. Curbelo, Curbelo.